Hello everyone, welcome to the Scuffed podcast. We are Meme FM and today we're going to be playing Two Truths and a Lie. We're going to be talking about good cards, we're going to be talking about shit cards, and we're going to be discussing the inner workings of current geopolitics. I'm joined with Tush, Jenny and Graham. How are you guys doing today?
Hello.
Wait, does that mean one of us is a lie?
Well,
yeah, it's me.
Tush is the cake. Yeah, well, Tush is a lie because he's been, he said we'll start at 8, it's now 9 o'clock, so you know, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about cards where kind of, we may be underrated in our set review, or we overrated in our set review. So I'm an FF decks, and as we kind of go through the cards, I'll just sort of click on it so you have something to look at. And if you're listening to this, if we ever bother to do a SoundCloud, then hello, we're in your head.
Wait. I don't like it in here. Can I get out?
ASMR.
It's so empty. Right, so let's hit it with a card that's underwhelmed you compared to what we thought.
Alright. Well, the first card that comes to mind when you say the word underwhelming is Thancred.
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar.
He's got a lot of text.
He does have a lot of
It's
text.
that card.
The
Tell me what
text-
Thancred does.
Well, you have a computer device.
Oh, fine. I'll take
So
ages.
Thancred. When he
Oh,
enters
that
the
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he enters the field, he chooses.
He plays a
forward
forward, he
and
kills a forward. He's 8,000 power, so he's squishy, and he's a 5-drop or higher, so he's squishier.
Yeah.
I think you'll find he doesn't kill a forward.
Okay, it sometimes kills a forward. It kills
might
a
kill
forward if you run
in every few
Alize,
games.
but if you're running Alize to make a card playable, then you kind of got to rethink where you're standing in life.
I'm not a big fan of running 4-cost backups to make my 7-cost forward playable. That seems like there's a lack of efficiency in here.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know
I
if
was
it's
one of the
really-
idiots that played. It was worth testing. I think.
I mean, I'm not going to turn around and say it's necessarily bad, but
It's not bad.
you can't really turn around and say this is the payoff of my deck, because then they just kill it and then your deck has no payoff.
Yeah.
You need the attack trigger to do anything, you know?
You just gotta build it right, and then it's good, right?
It's
then,
all right. It's good. It's all right. It does well in Agres actually, because Agres is probably the only way to run Water Lightning I've found that's actually successful. Tush is gonna anger at me, but you know.
I mean, I haven't tested it enough
Even-
yet with normal.
Even in Agrius, right? You're not really you need the ETB to hit 6-drops. I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you
and
need
it's
a
kinda hard
lot
to
of
do.
water. You need to be putting in your Agriuses of the world.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure you have to focus on the water backups because that's the one you're guaranteed to get. Whereas the lightning one, you are most likely not going to get.
Yeah, definitely.
But backups just isn't enough because you need to pay with lightning CP.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be just like, all right, I'm gonna stick 5 water backups down. So I'm always gonna be playing at least a 5-drop out of my break zone, maybe a 6-drop if I think my opponent's not getting any. And then that's where your value sits. It's not gonna live there. You need to have a bunch of forwards out. And at that point, it's like my payoff on a wide board. Isn't that just worse than Clouded Darkness, right?
It's worse than Cloud Dart. It's worse than Fusoya, who kind of occupies the current Thancred's 7-drop slot, and even in Agres and stuff, that usually isn't killing forwards, but you'd still rather it because you're guaranteed a kill and then a draw to.
It's also way worse than Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Gilgamesh is really good. I guess that's a card we can move on to then. We've kind of shat on Thancred a lot. Gilgamesh, I didn't underrate, I don't think, but it's very good compared to just being handy. Because it is handy, but
Is it,
I don't
though?
know. Yeah,
think
I think
I
so.
think it's only good because Regis. I don't
Yeah,
think
me
it'd be
too.
good if it wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't had the luxury of playing with it, but
I think
I played against it and it didn't feel that dangerous.
it's one of those cards it seems really good in a win decks because their best and most obvious way of removing it is with Diablos, but you can't ever point a Diablos at this card, right?
So I think
Unless, it's alone on an empty board. It's just gonna stay there.
So
Then
I'm
you
thinking
got
about this in
dexterity.
Rampair mainly because this is just the first effect that you have. The rest of the text doesn't exist.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the first attacks. Even the damage forward bit, I don't know. I never ever
right.
cast a Sakura ever. So you're never ever gonna cast Gilgamesh, or you can't really expect to.
No.
Okay,
Well,
maybe I'm shitting on this
I
card a
don't
lot
know.
for a card
I
I'm
just,
saying it's
I just
surprising.
I just like the fact that, as I say, you can't point a Diablos at it.
Yeah, you
So-
absolutely can. You can point a
All of a
Yasma
sudden-
at it, which is maybe actually a bigger issue for Rampare style decks or like big cost
I mean,
lightning.
well, look, you can only point a Yasma at it if you've got your unsags in play. If
Yeah,
you don't have
yeah.
your unsags, you just sack the Gilgamesh and kill the Yasma. That's even
Yes.
worse.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree with that. Yep, it's
I don't know.
Gilgamesh
It's
is pretty much one of the few cards that can actually help you against Yasmat stall because your opponent's playing like some like wind deck and they just mono wind, they throw in Signashi and a Yasmat down and you've got Gilgamesh on the board, or you play Gilgamesh,
No,
you play
don't
a
get me
removal
wrong.
spell.
As a card, it's solid. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you must have a lot of space to be able to drop that and pass. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
With
you're
what
never
everyone's
dropping
doing
it
nowadays,
passing.
it's very hard to just play a 5-drop 9k. Right?
True.
Because if
Yeah.
someone doesn't
it's-
target that, it's just a 5-mana 9k summon, right? Like break a
not
forward
the-
summon.
True, but
it's not
Rampare is
just, it's more like a monster with 9,000 power. In
yeah.
it, you can kill something whenever you want. You can block and kill something. You can block and kill something else. You can do all sorts of weird, fancy stuff with it if you want.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it can still attack and it can still block and it'll
Yeah.
still kill something.
It's a delayed
Unless you run
summon.
into some random guy who has taken all of the possible available light and dark cards and still thinks that Opus 2 Emperor is the correct one to play.
Well, think about it. It's you would cast a 3-drop summon to kill any forward, yeah. This is essentially that because it does a 3-drop summon doesn't develop board, so it costs 2 extra for the card in hand you're losing. That's the same as Gilgamesh, but this has got a 9,000 written in the bottom of the card. So
It's not like spectacular.
It's not. It's not. We're not saying put 3 of this in every lightning deck. We're saying it's probably going to
Maybe-
occupy a
Maybe
slot
put
in
one in
most
every
your
lightning
lightning.
deck.
Yeah, one.
Stretch. Maybe go up on that if like having the card in your deck if the deck if the
makes
card
you
has
win
good
more.
interaction with your deck, you can probably go up on that. If not, one's still probably fine because it'll do a job, right?
Yeah. So we've had a bad card. We've had a good card, or like an impressive and a less impressive. What does it? Does anyone else have a card that's impressed them?
I mean,
Sildra.
Sildra? Oh, I'm gonna let you speak for this because I'm gonna fucking shit on this piece of shit.
Sildra is a really
Yeah.
good card because tin 1, if you have either a Layla or what's the water backup, the 4-drop one?
Scholar.
Scholar, one of them in your hand, you can just search the Layla or the Scholar and a Viking, and then you got like 3 backups and 2 forwards, and like you win the game.
yes,
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's what happened.
Yes, that's what you heard it here first, guys.
I mean,
I know,
So they win the game.
I'm looking at this. I'm seeing EX burst no, and I'm like, I can't win the game playing this card.
I mean, the thing is, right? If you ever get a 2-cost unit down, so like you can go turn 1 2-cost unit, playing this for 3 CP on turn 2, when your opponent's not really going to be doing anything, and then you can
then
essentially
get
search
the
out
Layla
your
Viking
ideal turn
Scholar.
2 to play on turn 2.
Okay,
That-
that's fairly.
That sounds pretty powerful, right?
Yeah, that's like dream. But even
Yeah,
like,
that's
you without
ideal.
doing it.
There's something to be said here because how much do you rate Tyro as a card?
Quite
And this-
highly.
And this is a serious question because you realize you commit a hell of a lot by just searching
yeah.
a card,
That's-
and you're
that's-
happy to play that. I understand
The
it's the EX burst, but
Yeah,
in terms
it's
of
the X
value, you're
burst,
still
so
losing.
it's-
You're still losing a lot.
the
play
worst-
the card.
No, but it's a
worst part of
backup, so it
Tyro is
generates
the
value
sheer-
for every
Yeah,
turn
but
it's on
this
the
adds.
field.
Yeah, but this adds 2 cards, right? Straight
Right.
away that you need.
The other thing
By the
about
way,
Tyro is
It can search 2 backups. A lot of people ignore that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it
they
fixes
can,
You
I know.
brick.
water.
If you brick, you're gonna lose anyway. So might as well just take the mana plus and just play 2 backups.
like
Okay.
Like, this has been water's issue for so long. It's like the lack of
No
Backup
consistency.
being able to set up, and this just fixed it. Like I think, honestly, probably one of my favorite cards right now.
Also, if you're playing Wind Water, you can just play that. Get Bart's
I don't care
Bucket on
about
one.
my political Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
A Bart
Right.
Spoke is good.
Bart's
it,
Bucket is a huge pair for Seldra.
Yeah.
it
That is pretty good.
arranges pieces very well, does this card, I think, to be honest.
Such Agorist too. Can't complain.
Like, yeah, there's so many things where like it just fixes decks.
And it searches Agrius plus a water card to play the Agrius with.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. Or
I think if it
Here's a-
cost one
here's-
less card
here's a
hand
cool
somehow.
thing. you can
Like-
you don't cast it, you bin it, then you krill later.
Yeah,
And
Krill.
cast
Krill.
Krill.
If you cast off a Krill,
then you-
it's a 2
Then you
CP search
offset,
2 cards.
right? Yeah, you offset
Yeah.
and then you actually net mana by doing that. It's
Yeah,
actually
You
pretty
get,
good.
you get the unit reduction on Creel casts, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
That's
Alright.
Because
pretty
there might
good.
be some cool Earth Water Syltra shenanigans.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, right?
What
That
category
sounds like
5 characters are there in Earth anyway? Let's have a look.
Alright.
5 category.
Galoof. Easy clap.
Oh, Creel! You can search for your other Creel.
It does search your Creel, right? There's got to be something to be said for
Yeah,
that.
oh, that's something we haven't got onto yet either. Creel is, we kind of said that was average. Creel has really impressed me.
I mean, I already thought the card was good. But
I always thought it was
it's
good. I always thought it was good. I've always said it was like above average, but I feel like it's really above average. Like I think we said like 7 or 8 for it. I kind of want to put it to like a 9 to 10. Maybe not 10, but 9, I think.
Oh,
I'll stick with my 7-8.
Neo Exter as category 5.
Yeah, but you don't want to run that. I've already had a conversation about why that card's bad. Do you want to have it,
So
do
you
you want to
can
have it
discard-
again?
You can if you want to get really, really aggressive, though. Turn 1, I'm going to cast Syndra, then cast Neo Exter.
If
think
you,
I'd rather
if you guys,
kinda like
if
a
you guys
brand.
want
I
to hear the Neo Extith rant, then you can go watch episode 2. But there's time descriptors
Did
in
I miss
the
this?
comments.
Then
Yeah,
maybe-
you left for it, but you can go
Oh.
watch it.
I'll go
like,
watch it.
It's
Then
a
maybe-
3-hour long video, but there's
maybe 2 and
timestamps in the
3.
bottom.
I was
2 and
confused
3/4
because
hours ahead of the Neo Exter.
I swear I
Yeah.
left like an hour and a half in, and you were like at like the end of water. And I was like, I think it'll be long. And then, like, I looked at the Discord like 2 hours later, and it's still there.
You should have rejoined.
To be fair,
Oh god. Right, so on to Creel. Creel's a very, very, very good card. I think that I don't know. I think that Tush kind of put it well when like your opponent usually runs cards that beat. They're usually on summons that beat their own forwards. Like your fire decks are running efforts that kill their Ritzes and stuff.
and like
Ram-
everything colour fixes now, right? So that's not
Yeah, especially in Earth, like Tyro, 7-drop Toto, and like if I actually found this out in Rampair with a 7-drop Fusoya out the first time the first line of text in 7-drop Fusoya, you can cast summons using any element. It came up using Creel
Oh,
because I had it
sick.
out. Yeah, so I could cast fire or something. I could cast Tush's Glacial Bolus.
Alright,
never,
well, you
I forget Sawyer has that text.
You
Yes.
never played with Iridia, my friend. You never played with Iridia.
What does Reddit do?
Because Iridia is the one that casts the summons a cost 6 or more for free from the top 5 cards of your deck.
Oh, that Reddit, the 5-drop.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that one's sick.
Sometimes you needed to cast Bahamut.
Yeah.
And casting Bahamuts out of your hand became infinitely easier when you had for Siren.
So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so Creel's sick. Just I don't know, like just going 2-drop. If you've got 5 backups, just playing, tapping all 5 of them, casting a Mist Dragon, removing a Rampar's Break Zone, draw a card. That's good. Just casting the boluses from it, casting Kusiths. It's all really, really good, but like it just adds a toolboxness to decks that like were maybe lacking in it, or where already had it but didn't have it for summons. Because Earth didn't have too much summon recursion. It had Citra and it had Agido.
Casting Alexander's, cast.
Yeah,
there's
1-drop
so much you can do
Alexander's
with it.
kind of better from this card. I
What?
found.
There's just so much you can do with it. Like, it's
It
a
works really well.
Really nice, easy way to make lock cost way less than it has anyway.
And
too, as
Ash
well.
to draw 2 cards and all that as well. Yeah, because it counts for 2 casts when you play Creel. So
So,
and
yeah.
you don't have to go down in hand size to even afford to do that. So yeah, it's impressed me much more than I thought it would. I rated it quite low. Well, not quite low, but I rated it lower than I maybe should have. The art's still horrendous. The eyes look like a mouth's.
It's just some real uncanny valley level stuff where it's like this probably looks a little bit too humanoid almost. It's got that like.
They try to
almost
make
like
it too realistic,
Yeah, it's like an old
and
gothic
it's
painting.
gone wrong.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I've walked into an art gallery.
Hmm
It's
Yeah.
really weird.
It's like I'd never want to do that because art is sad and boring. Just like I thought this card was, but I was wrong. Sad and
Oh.
boring cards. Somebody transition to a sad and boring card. Someone hit me with
Okay.
one because I've not got any.
I mean, I could talk more about Vangrid.
Yeah, that's a sad and boring card.
I could talk more about that card because that's kind of sad. But
Yeah, I'll say that's a sad and boring card. It's just a bit shit, isn't it?
Instead of talking about sad and boring cards, let's talk about how interesting the Shikaries have been, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Because those 3 cards have enabled far more than they have any right to.
Shikaries are wild. For if you have a Teleka out, is that at the 3-drop backup?
Yeah, it's Teleka.
Yeah, you have Teleka out, and it can just enable not even infinites, but just massive combos that like YRP feels like sweaty over.
And YRP is looking at this like, why can't I do that?
Yeah, why can't I do that? Maybe it can, but it can't do it nearly as effectively because you want to run it in Earth Wind where you've got Star Sibbles and these
Yeah, but
tiles
it can't.
and search them.
It can't do that. Then deal you 3 points of damage, then Paradise and deal you another 3 points.
Do another 4 because you've got Shikari. You got Eildnar who's been on the field for a turn technically. It can do infinites if you have white mages and you have the 4-drop Riku from Opus 1 or Tidus as 4-drop Tidus, but you don't really want to do that. You just want to draw 10 cards and find a way to kill your opponent and then Eildnar special and kill your opponent.
It's the fact they have so much value and they're just crazy aggro. Like, I just love it.
We kind of... Okay, I was going to say, we kind of undersold. Like, everyone kind of focuses in on the deal 3 damage, but we kind of just sort of forgot. Well, not forgot. We just kind of undersold the draw and the reactivate backups and stuff.
Which one do you play first?
The reactivate one.
If you want to combo, you play the reactivate one first, and then you play the draw one and it reactivates, and then you play the other one and it reactivates and draws.
And then you attack for 2 damage.
And then you win.
Then
Mione activate Tilika, Mione back the back
the Shikari
one that gives hit and stuff.
Yep. You play it again.
And it's not all linear. Depending on what you have in your hand, you can kind of mess around with how you do it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you definitely want to practice with a deck if you want to play it first.
Yeah, it's actually a fairly high skill deck just for how massive the combos
the thing is, like, I think that Tidus and all this infinite stuff is just unnecessary. It's like
it really is.
It's more of a win more. Like it's just pull off the Eldnush combo. You're gonna win anyway. I think it's you don't need
Mione
to add
Chocobo
less consistency to your deck.
Esque stuff. Yeah, they kind of give you everything you need. So Shikaris, they've been exceptional considering like we described them as like the jungle deck, but these are like either the best deck in the jungle or like fringe above playable.
There is a world where it's a real deck. I don't know if I'm living in that world.
I think it might be.
But it might be. I've not played against it enough.
It's a real deck. I can guarantee it's a real deck.
Yeah. I think this is the world where this is like a deck that I'm having to tech against somehow. We're gonna have people are gonna unironically run 4-drop Shadow. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Shadow Lord is it doesn't necessarily beat it because by the time they're playing them, comboing them off, and you've not got a window to put a Shadow Lord in play.
Well, your Shadow by the time your Shadow Lord's in play, they've done their combo. To beat that combo, you have to actually focus on stopping it happening in the first place, like
so
like discarding or Zidane, Amaterasu, that kind of thing. Either stopping their abilities or taking the resources out their hand.
If I see a single person say Tama in the comments, you're getting banned. Blocked. That's it.
I mean, I was going to bring it up as a meme. If someone was to bring it up seriously, then I don't know what I'd do.
Well, you're getting banned. That's it. Like, at the end of this episode, we're going to milk you for content now. But, the end of this episode, you're banned.
You can't milk these.
Okay. Right, so Amaterasu, that's a card worth talking about.
How about we don't?
It is
We don't?
hard.
I mean, we kind of. I'm pretty sure we all said the card was going to be good.
We all said it was going to be good. I think it's
good.
slightly better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe I kind of
Oh well.
oversold
Okay, well,
how I thought it was
maybe you got slept on it, but I thought it was one of the best
Yeah.
cards.
It's doing the same job I thought it was going to do, and that it just kind of sits there and stops people. It keeps people honest, right?
I think
It keeps people
I know
honest.
why I like it so much. It's because I don't like to play. I don't like playing all these fancy decks. I like to kind of keep it low key meme, you know. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when my opponents start doing unfair things, I like that I have something to stop them doing unfair things.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
I don't
it's-
like being stopped from doing unfair things, though. I don't like
You
it.
play mono water. You don't do anything unfair.
Yeah, what do you?
You're stuck in Opus
played Mono
3.
like once.
You think
I've
I'm
been
gonna trust your Layla? You can cast your Layla.
pretty much.
The only broken thing we get to cast against your deck is like Cloud of Darkness, and that's not even that good.
I've hardly even played water. I've
Yeah.
been playing Ice, Earth, Necron,
Ooh, I saw.
Dark. it's
Nice.
Dark, Ice, Earth, and
Uh,
I love it.
Do you want to speak
Because the
about
Emperor.
Necron? Or
I
Emperor?
love Necron. I haven't quite made it work like really good yet, but I've made it work kind of good, and I'm okay with that. Like,
I think that's what it was always gonna do. Just work kind of good.
but I
pretty
want
much
it
all
to
you
be
need, though,
really
right?
good. Because, like, I love the Opus 1 Emperor. Like, the Dark Emperor is amazing. And then this new Emperor came out, and I was like, sick, there we go, I can play the Emperor. And I was like, ooh, Dark cards, Necron. And I've built a deck, and it's fun.
Let's just run Necron Chicories, because we're already running Yieldnars. That's a dark card.
Easy.
We're either dealing our opponents fighting either slowly or very quickly.
I do have a Shadow Lord in this.
Because what is it? You've got Necron and Chicories. You attack with your Chicories, you get 3 points, and Necron deals 1 at the end of the turn, and then it's your turn again. You'd have to deal the other. You never actually have to hit him with a forward, right? Or is my maths off here somehow?
You never actually have to deal them a point of damage legitimately.
Necron!
Necron, yeah, Necron's fun. I've not actually played. This is the card I was most excited for at the start of the set, and then I haven't touched it.
Next video.
Next
I'm gonna
video.
put you guys up this deck. Okay.
We were supposed to. We've already recorded 2 deck videos, and Michael and OBS just don't go well together. So the audio corrupted. So we just don't have those videos anymore. So we built walls. We built an awesome walls deck. Speaking of walls, Saul's really good. I thought it was just okay, but nah, it kind of makes walls actually.
Would you
good.
say you're sold on that card?
I've hardly really played Warriors Light apart from in Mono Water. I've been playing like the Water Warriors Light stuff. And I like that
Dusk and
little
stuff?
engine. Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
Dusk, I'm playing Lana, the Searcher, just that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's very good. Fair enough.
I just kinda like it as
Soul,
a little-
I don't know. I think the best way to rate it is when I use the 6-drop backup to search as 2 Warriors of Light. Soul is almost always the first Warrior of Light I search.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That
makes sense.
that's probably the best way I can describe it. It's just like weirdly good. It works really well with Legend Yuna, which fits really well in walls, which is probably actually good advice for people who want to play memes, because if they bought a box they already have at least 1 Yuna. So I'd recommend it along, because this is a good party attack effect. There's been lots of good party attack effects like this and mid preview and such.
But this is a real.
Do you play
I have a question.
Yuna in your mono water deck?
For me?
Yeah.
What Una?
The
3-drop.
4 Yuna?
No, I played backup Una.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
No,
Well,
'cause you have to.
Do you
Itself
have
to be
to?
decent, I suppose.
Ban for it.
I feel like mono water's the only deck that can play Yuna and not really try.
I mean,
I
you
don't
saw
know.
that
Most
picture
water
I sent
decks.
you the other day, right, Tush?
Hmm?
You saw that picture I sent you the other day, right? Tush?
I did, but I don't
Like
know.
actually, yeah. I've been playing it in Water Lightning and I never really pull it off because I'm playing Water Lightning, so my opponent's always ahead of me. But
On the topics of Warrior Light, I have a question. What do you think
Yes.
about the Light Lana?
oh, okay,
That's
better than I thought, but not
Okay.
great.
Yeah, okay.
It's good when it has haste, otherwise it sucks.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
a card that's done exactly what I've expected it to do, which is kind of go into play and just be a lightning rod, and then if it lives, then all of a sudden you're so far ahead that it's ridiculous.
I've done fun plays where I've like ninja'd it back so it has all its counters again, and then hasted it and stuff like that's fun. So it's probably a good meme card. The most surprising thing about it is the fact that it's an ice card. Like, look. Look, it's an ice forward legend.
Every time I import it into FF decks, it just transforms magically, not FF decks, into Octagon. Just transforms into a Remora. It's actually really annoying. Yeah.
Does Boko still cost 10? No, Boko now costs 1. Boko costs 10
they
for
fixed
a while.
Boko costs 10. Man.
That was one of the most annoying things, because I'm trying to figure out my deck list and see how many 1-drops I've got for Barts and stuff. And I'm like, wait, why is my count off? And then I'm like, oh, where's Boko? And then I look and he's right down at the bottom, costing 10.
Just because he's so important.
He's so
just
important.
An absolute mad rat.
Do you know, this is I don't think this is good, but I got really beat up by Bart's Boko because they ran the 1-drop Palom. Like, the 1-drop Palom, that when it deals a point of damage to your opponent, it's able to play another Palom. So if you run 3 of them and they're all on deck, you deal 4 points of damage turn 1.
That's pretty funny.
It's funny. I lost to that like 3 times in a row because I was just like astounded.
That sounds like the kind of deck I would have built like 3 sets ago when I was.
Oh yeah, your Fire Wind's unblockable. I remember
like I
Nationals
tried building like the OTK Onion Knight deck, like all that kind of stuff. That was fun.
Onion Knight, yeah. So it's like it's White Mage Telecat or no. Stuff like yeah, your party attacks and it's fun.
The one that's enabled by Gipple.
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 Because it gets brave. Yeah, because it gets brave.
Do you know what card just surprised me?
What?
Is it Chocolate? Is that a name? The one
Yes.
that just draws a card sometimes.
Yeah, that's a really good card.
Good.
It's fat chocobo
it's
searchable, so it's really good.
Which part surprised you? Were you able to draw a lot of cards off it?
Yeah, it's like...
it seemed so slow, but like your opponent can't really interact with it, so like it's just good.
Yeah, it's not a monster; it's a backup. So you know, I'm casting Valfors, I'm casting Pandemoniums or like stuff. I was playing against a nice wind deck that was running Alexanders, like both the Alexanders, like the 2-drop and the 1-drop that draw cards. And he kept on just casting Alexander and then chocolating and then had Ash, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna. You're drawing cards.
Getting through is that. I mean, anyone who's been watching Mystical streams seen him party attack with Bart's Boko, play Vaughn with Nono in playing, and draw like 7 cards off Chocolate in 1 turn. So
that sounds fun.
There's not really much more to say about it than that, to be honest.
I think Chocolate is probably the only time you ever want to run No. Actually, I don't like that card, but I think if it's able to draw cards, then it's actually alright.
Although I will say that it is an FFTA card.
So, like, I think that bad cards, if you can use them to draw cards, are actually they're kind of fine. Like, they're, you know, it's funny. I lost against a deck, and it was, 3-drop Maya from Opus 11. When a light or dark card either player controls is put from field and breaks, so choose one character. And I
really like how that card reads. I want to try it at one point.
It's good, but when your opponent, when you run Hashmal, because Hashmal changes the element too. Mm-hmm. So it's bad. It's so bad because you're running Hashmal, but God, is it funny? Because he was running Suzihisa and he just kept on making it a light card and then drawing like 3, and I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do here? Anytime auto abilities triggered, he was just like Hashmal, and I'm like, well, okay. It was funny. But that card's actually decent.
I like that.
It's the one time I was like, you know what? Good job running Hashmal. That Necron must be alright, you know?
Hashmal.
No, not Hashmal Necron. I mean like Maya and Necron.
I actually need to get Hashmal up because I can't remember the exact word in that card.
It's job and element and gain plus 1k.
It becomes a job or element. It's a shame it's not job and element.
It's all job or.
Yeah.
It's all forwards, yeah. So if you're like,
you just use this and turn all your forwards into gull wings.
Yeah. Shut. No, there's the job where you do this and turn them all into chicken. Oh wait, no, they're named. Never mind. No. What you do is you get Fianna Valford, you've got May on the field, and then you cast Hash Melt to make them all light.
So they all die anyway, but it don't matter 'cause you draw like 17 cards.
You draw them all back. Yeah, God.
Imagine if Fianna Valford drew your opponent 3 cards. I feel like
They drew them a card for every forward they have. Oh God,
like-
stupid stuff,
it's
stupid
like
stuff.
killing 3 Vikings, but you had to use both parts of the combo.
Well,
Gosh.
anything else that's jumped out to people?
I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm
we've
not
talked
covered.
about some of the wind draw cards, right? So we might as well mention the other 2 bits with
Ash.
Alexander and Ash.
Yeah, Alexander's better than I gave it credit for. I've been rating Suzuhisa a lot lately, but Alexander kind of does its job on EX sometimes. Draws 1, but you know.
I mean, you get that on the X, you draw a card.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good EX, and it's a good with Creel. You just play 3 CP and you draw a card or 2, because Creel counts as 2 casts as well. So Ash is
Creel's getting you 2 casts, so it's quite easy to get to 4 then, especially if you play Ash.
yeah.
Go Creel, cast something, play Ash, and then play Alexander as well.
Yeah, like, you know, Mione something back. Casa Diabolos or something. Like, I actually did, against a deck that wasn't weak to Diabolos, I just attacked twice and then Casa Diabolos just to activate my forward, so I had a cast. Because I'm like, well, if it's not going to win me the game, I might as well turn that into a different card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just might as well not have it. And
Yeah.
being able to cycle it through Ash or Alexander.
Yeah, exactly. So Ash is really good in that front as well. I think I rated it higher, really high, and then went down on it, and now I'm kind of back to it being like, yeah, no, this is a sick card. This is a really sick card, which I'm glad because I pulled a full art from from my only pre-release kit.
Oh, that's why you keep putting it in your deck.
Listen, Jagrin can play it. Jagrin can play it. Okay, that's another card. Jagrin's been broke.
I'd rather just play the 3-drop Ash if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, definitely, but still, Jagrin, that's a card.
I got it, and then just fill your deck full of summons, and truly meme on your opponent that way. Like, you can play Amaterasu for 2 water.
You can get, yeah. Oh, you know.
I've been doing that. Kind of
Yeah,
funny.
Tush has been doing that. And he lost. Actually, oh no, you won those 2 games.
I won. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
we had the best of 3 against my Earthwind against his Water Fire, and we figured I'd have a good matchup because I'm running 7-drop Toto and Fina.
You did have a good matchup.
Because
I kept harassing all your good plays.
And I couldn't I missed Dragon's your Amaterasu once.
Mm.
And I didn't win because I didn't draw 5 backups when you only had 2.
Yeah,
Man.
no, Jagrin's cool.
Jagan, that's a card. Jagan's a sick card. Just look at the amount of princesses. There's only like 2 that are worthwhile, but still. Like,
And if we do the old card database advanced search job,
princess. I'm on that, doing that now. So you got this Garnet's fairly decent from it. Oh, Sarah's kind of bad. But
Amelia, that's always fine.
Journey's good. Just searching a card. Journey.
Yeah,
or...
Journey is the prime target. Right, that's the one you want to hit.
Would you run Princess Sarah? Because that's actually a decent. Because you want to hit that early if you're ever running.
You have some. I think about it. If you're running the Sarah FFL, which searches Jagrin, right, or Jagan, if you have enough Warrior Blights, I don't know, maybe like you can search.
No, that's Sarah.
Dusk and
Princess
FFL.
Sarah, the 1-drop late card.
Can't search
Oh, how'd you run that? There's so much other light and dark cards.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to run other light and dark cards, but you can run this alongside light and dark cards as long as you drop first. So if you've got enough Jagrin searchers, or you're running enough Jagrin, you get it out early. I don't know if it's worth it, but if you want princess targets,
there's a world
Probably
where
not.
you have a journey in your hand and you just put a Fiona into play. That's not terrible.
oh yeah, Fiona's.
Yeah.
That's decent. That's decent. I'm tempted to run Jagrin as like a one-off and like Earth Winds, just because I want to play Fiona.
I
I want to play Ash.
go that far. I'm just gonna say
Listen,
you kind of want to play it early, right? And you're not going to be playing it early in Earthwind because you don't have a ton of lightning cards to discard, right?
It's fine. I've got a 3-drop backup that says put this in break zone, play Jegrin.
Yeah, but I feel like that's probably a bit later than you want to be playing it.
Guys, we're meme FM. I'm trying to appeal. I'm trying to meme.
Yeah, but here's the thing about memes, right? You also want them to be good.
Listen,
Chicories is a meme,
but it's
also,
a good meme, yeah.
you know.
I guess another card that's been good, Iris. Or Iris. I've been told by Final Fantasy 15 stands that it's Iris. But Iris sounds better, yeah.
Iris? I don't know. I think way to know is
Iris sounds like an infection.
Japanese page, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I'm gonna call it Iris because I'd rather it was an I.
I'm going to investigate. Just be annoying.
Anything's better than how you first said it, because I thought, wait, how can I say
Iris? Iris?
Iris. It's kind of hard to say in my accent, alright? Oh, aye, boys, it's Iris. She's here to take Kabaki off us.
That's a different card, Mikey. That's a completely different card from like a completely different game. That's Final Fantasy VII, is that?
Oh, Aerith. Oh, you're right. I've only ever heard it called it Aerith. So
I'm confused now. Which card are you talking about?
12117 Iris. Earth Wind. When it enters the field, Vata.
Okay, it's Iris. Even the Japanese card says Iris as well.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right.
I mean,
well, actually, it says Irisu.
That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. In that like exact tone, it's like Irisu.
It sounds like a dog's trying to say I love you.
Dog trying to say I miss you. Irisu.
I miss you. Oh. I miss my dog. It made me sad now. I moved out of my I don't live with a dog. But yeah, she's good. I thought she was always going to be like decent. She's actually kind of like. I'm probably going to put her in most Earthwind decks I'm running just because the backup engine's
I lied.
so solid.
I lied. I can't read Japanese. It's Irisu. It's Iris. It is Iris.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it's Iris.
He's outplayed himself.
Yeah, well, Smooth Brain plays by Tush.
You've heard it here first, boys. It's officially Iris.
It is officially Iris. It actually is Iris.
I hate that we're speaking about like how her name sounds like a dog saying I miss you because she's got a fucking dog collar on and I want to click off of it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mate, she's like 14 or something. If I think.
Is she? That makes it kind of okay, but she doesn't look that, and that's sort of delving into. That's sort of delving into.
That's messed up. I saw it like in one of the. I don't know if you guys played it, but don't you go on a date with her in like one of the side quests?
40 or 14 are we saying?
14.
14? I thought I heard 40. Right, I'm clarifying. I heard 40. And I was like, which doesn't look 40.
Right. I'm doing the research, right?
This is we're doing the live research because we care about our content.
15 years old.
That's still messed up.
That is messed up. Why they got a fucking dog collar?
It's one of those, but I remember the quest you're talking about. It's not really a date.
Oh, is it not?
It's kind of like her showing you around the city. But
right.
She acts like it's a date.
Right. Well.
Okay.
Okay. Well, think about this. Marsh is he's like a 14-year-old boy, and he actually have a full art showing off his ass, and I'm
Marsh
like,
is a boy.
I believe so.
Marsh is a guy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
Yeah. So he's.
I was
an effeminate young boy with his arse hanging out, and I'm like, listen, Square Enix, can you please dial back on that? Yeah, so we're getting into a whole rabbit hole of Final Fantasy cards.
What is Krill? It's not what gender is Krill. It's what is Krill.
Well, her mum's a dragon, isn't it? And you kill it.
I'm not up to date on my Final
Is this like crazy spoilers or something? Because I don't play the game.
Yeah, no one's played 5.
I know, it's 5 and it's like the start of 5. It's like one of the first things you do apparently. So. I might have just spoiled it. I guess we'll put a spoiler warning in the comments. Be like, sorry, Michael just spoiled it.
I've just started playing.
Oh no, we spoiled 5.
I'm just gonna get that out there before anything happens. She's 14.
Who is?
Oh wait, hang on. Is that the F? Is that the
Krill?
F? Yeah. She's 14.
Basically all the characters are underage. Is what we've found out.
Yeah, pretty much.
How old's Cloud?
This is a question.
like you think adult, but isn't he like 5? I guess spoilers, but he's like made in a lab, so he's like 5. 24.
Yeah,
Right, no, is he the body of a 24-year-old, or is he actually like 6? Because he's made.
As far as I can find here, Cloud Strife is 24 years old. He's not made. He's
24 years old and what? Advent children or? For me, it's saying it's 21.
Apparently, I don't know. I've not read the
Who's lying?
here, but this is what most.
He might be 21 Advent children. I think they mean his canon age, as in his oldest age shown.
Ah, he's 21 in Crisis Core.
No, oh, is he?
Yeah. Oh no.
No, he's
Yeah, he's 21 in Crisis Core, and Final Fantasy VII is 24 in Dirge Cerberus. There we go.
ah okay.
His date of birth, if you're interested, is August 11th, 1986.
That would have been.
Damn. So he's really he's not 24. That man's almost 50.
He's 3 years younger than my mum.
Oh wow, he's old. Wait, 86. Yeah, he's 6 years younger than my mum.
There we go.
I'm not gonna go into my
1986.
1986. He would have been 8 years old when I was born.
Damn.
7. All right.
There we
Oh
go.
wow.
No, hang on. That doesn't make any sense. When FF7 came out, how can he have been 21 if the game came out in like 1996?
Yeah. I
When
know.
was the game
It-
set?
She, based on that birthday, he should be like 10 years old.
Oh yeah.
If it
It's
was
really
the game
weird.
set, like then, like you gotta think of when it was set.
Why in the 5-drop Cloud? Why in the like the you know the alternate art that's supposed to be Vincent? Why has Cloud got like the angry devil wing and Sephiroth, who's like the bad guy, has like the
It's his Kingdom Hearts art.
yeah. But why does I'm building a deck for them? Oops. Why does Sephiroth have like the pretty and angelic wing and Cloud like the good guy has like a demon wing? Are they trying to say something?
Art in it.
I'm building a deck as well. Let's get the actual card up.
Yeah, it's a card database, not build a deck. I just want to build a deck 7-drop Sephiroth. That's dull.
Alright, so essentially it's kind of like with the whole Kingdom Hearts thing, it's Sephiroth is essentially the darkness in Cloud's heart. So Cloud's wing represents
That's big.
Sephiroth, and Sephiroth's wing represents Cloud.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
cringe.
they're kind of half.
There you have it.
There we are.
It's Kingdom Hearts. It's either cringe or confusing or both.
And we've lost. I was going to say we've lost all our audience, but we'd have to have an audience in the
I
first
love
place.
Kingdom Hearts. Don't get me wrong, but that's the truth.
Well, speaking of
Okay,
7-drop Sephiroth, another card that's kind of jumped out to me is actually kind of better than I gave you credit for is Eshin Taro, the 11 forward that plays a 7-drop.
I've hardly even looked at it yet. I
Yeah.
don't even think
If
I've
you
played
haste
against
it, it's really good. It's like playing for Soyas and BFAs, just like in ice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty
That's good.
It's alright.
It's good if you haste it. It's awful if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a decent like turn 1 play like Yizal, and then you play this, and then you've got like your top deck to Sephiroth. Then sure, but that involves 3 top decks.
I mean, I'm a big fan of 3 top decks, man. That's
There's a lot of it has a lot of requirements. You need to open it. You need to have a card that gives a haste. You need to have a good target that it can get off your hand.
But
Yeah.
if you get all those, it's pretty cool.
It's cool, but it's still not game winning.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I'm just saying
The follow-up plays have to be game winning.
Yeah,
because I did
what
that.
it does do
But
though
they,
is
it lined up a few times, and it's still not game winning.
if you can get the second activation off, that's when you start looking towards winning games. So like if you can do it once to put Sephiroth into play and then play it next, and then draw for turn, do it again and put a BFA into play.
yeah.
All right then. All right then.
What's happened?
push underwater.
Big sad.
Swimming.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Also, that apostrophe still looks like someone's drawing an L and then like, ran out of it.
Yeah, got really bored.
It's just like,
So they started drawing the L you would take if you lost it, and then they're like, "You know what? No, they'll understand."
they'll get it.
Noctis has some kind of weird wings too. It's a winged throne, but it's got wings on it. Just make a wing deck.
So what cards?
A wing deck. We've got. Oh yeah, so it does. We've got staves and we've got wings. I think that's is that the front of a boat? That could also be the front of like a boat or something.
I think it's his throne.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he the king? Oh, he's a prince, right? It says it.
And he becomes king, I think. I can't fully remember.
Spoilers.
Anyway, I don't know if it's spoilers because I can't.
End of the game is
I don't even remember.
So like,
right.
So let's do a staff deck. You know?
All I recall is him sitting on the throne. Yeah. You see that a lot in trailers, so there's no spoilers. He has a throne, okay?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, he has to poo sometimes, I imagine.
But, like, yeah, no, that... Anyone who's played the end of 15 knows what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure that that's from that moment. Although, then again, wasn't he dressed a bit better then? I don't know, I might be wrong.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Noctis has been broken. Like... I figure we all rated it really high anyway, but Noctis has been broken in testing. Like, I think it's worth playing in Rampair.
It's 100%.
Yeah. Regis is really good. Regis is really good. If you play a Regis, you kind of just win.
If you resolve Regis, you win, pretty much.
Yeah. So your 5 decks are having
this is what I mean by compared to Eshtal, right? Eshtal, you resolve it once, you still don't win. Regis, you resolve it once, you're most likely winning.
Game's probably ended, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard to come back from that much value.
Yeah. Like they kill 2 of your forwards with it or something, like.
Or you line up 2 of your forwards to die to give you value, you know? Stuff like Gilgamesh that we talked about earlier, Nyx from previous sets. There's the Kafka combo that everyone's well aware of by now. Especially if you manage to break, like, I don't know.
Yeah, people are Vincenting their own forwards just to resolve Regis.
Yeah.
Oh really?
That's how good Regis is. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, I've not seen that. That's kind of cool.
You can do it whilst cracking a
Rampair.
So you get the Rampair activation.
You get the Rampair activation
for a Regis as well.
And then you Regis, and then it's enough value.
Yeah, people are running 8-drop Kefka as an enabler.
Like think about it. You have your Visaya, that's dull, right? You wouldn't just Regis it back by, play Vincent or whatever.
Because the thing is, your opponent can't even stop that by killing the Visaya.
Yeah, it's not like for Noah.
Like, they do that, you're like, oh, alright then, whatever.
Like, and the Regis special is actually
killing a forward.
Regis special is actually kind of game winning because after you resolve the Regis, that's when it's going to be on board, and then just saying all these forwards you can't kill, so all your removal that you've spent time on is like worthless.
That S effect is like totally unnecessary. I don't know why it exists. Doesn't need.
It's unnecessary, but I've lost it like consistently, like twice. Like
no. What I'm saying is it shouldn't have that on pod.
Okay, yeah.
He does not need that text to be.
That's what I mean by I don't know why they added that effect.
This time, I didn't know you had it.
It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Talk about lightning cards combined with cards that have impressed me. That Shantoto's actually found a way to make it into decks, whilst having the single worst name clash in the history of the game. Like, think of all the fantastic Shantotos there are in this game, and this card is still very, very playable in decks. You know.
What particular deck?
I've been playing it in Fire Earth. It's a good Fenrir target.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's for starters. It's a good Fenrir target. You can give BFA haste. It can make things unblockable. Like, you can make a Ritz unbreakable early game, so they can't necessarily just sit and block it when you're empty. So you can push through an attack without having to be on 3 damage.
Isn't the 9-drop better in that case because you just bring back the Ritz?
Look, because the Shantoto's better in that instance, but it doesn't combine all the different things that I've said together in one card. Because you want another Fenrir target that isn't just Creel as well.
Is there a world
I'll give you that.
where you play an Earthwind that isn't Rampir? Like let's think about Warrior of Darkness. If you're playing Warrior of Darkness, are you playing Rampir? Surely.
Lightning will. So Warrior of Darkness, I tried building.
We're strictly talking Earth Lightning here, okay?
Yeah.
So let's say we're building Earth Lightning deck. Can you build a non-Rampir Earth Lightning? But
Probably, but I don't think it's worth it.
The obvious question is, yes, you can, but is it ever going to be better than Rampere? Probably not.
Probably
So the
not.
question is, why are you running it? So then I would say, why are you running it? Because you want to try something else, different engine. So that's why Warrior Darkness came to mind. But then I'm thinking, if you're playing Warrior Darkness, don't you just put in a soft Rampere package anyway?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like you're either pairing it with Rampere or you're pairing it with FF15. But I don't think FF15's as good without Rampere.
Exactly, like FF15, right? Because I was trying to build when Opus 11 hit, when this Noctis didn't exist, I was building an FF15 like all in. You know, I was playing the 2-drop EX Noctis, right? The one that you reveal a 15 character.
Yep.
And then you draw it, right? So I just put every single 15 card. I think there was like 40 at the end, right? But I still had enough room for 10 cards, so I was like, okay, 3 Kane, 3 Shintoto, 3 Rampere, right?
Yeah. Because you know.
And do you want to hear the saddest part? That's what was winning me the games.
Yeah. I've been building Rampere, Earth Lightning, so like Final Fantasy 15 Earth Lightning, and I'm running like 2 of all the 15 cards, and these are all broken cards. These are like better effects than most cards get, and I'm running them all at 2-offs because like Rampere stuff is you just can't dip in them. They're so broken.
Yeah. That's why I specify Fire Earth though, as a place.
Yeah, no, it's just the reason why I said Earth Lightning is just because it's so good for certain stuff. Like this is a Fenrir target. This is not only that, this is the Aranea target. Right?
Yeah,
it's like there's so much cool stuff you can do with it. If it just wasn't called Shintoto, that's why I'm super upset.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Earth Lightning, the dual element cards were all absurd compared to all the other dual element cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steiner exists in the same set that Shintoto does. They're the same rarity and they're the same style of card.
That Steiner's actually not awful.
It's called
not
Steiner.
Great, but it's not awful.
Yeah, it's another case of name clash.
Listen,
where you
there's no world.
That card,
there's no world where 2 mana spell gets bad.
There's no world where you ever play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's not terrible. I have had it played against me because my opponent was playing 5 Steiners in his deck, 2 of this and 3 of the 5 cost. And
whilst doing
that one, I did end up losing because I lost 1. I think we played 5 games. I lost 1, but it was because he played this and then all of a sudden I couldn't hold his board back. I couldn't make any trades. I couldn't.
So it was removal, not the drop set.
It was just like I'm just.
What's the Steiner for? Is it to combo with Beatrix to make some 4K buff?
Yeah. Just make your board massive all of a sudden. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like some light rain style stuff like having to run
Still
light
not
rain.
that great though, because it can't go down to 0. You can never reduce it because you have to pay a water and a lightning. I mean water and a fire, right? So Beatrix can never reduce it.
No, but you can reduce other things. It's annoying that Beatrix can't go down.
No.
But yeah, it wasn't spectacular by any means, and I wasn't a massive fan. But that's what he did because he played another knight first, essentially.
Okay.
Barreli's been quite bad.
I'm
just looking at multi-element cards. It's not that great.
It's you can do all the stuff that he does without really needing to do anything, you know.
Yeah.
The cards that are discarding are generally doing enough work.
I mean, I feel like
AoE damage is generally
you have
enough. I don't.
It's obviously a nice win deck that you're playing in, right?
Yeah.
And that's already running through 3 Fino, which kind of does the same thing without having to do all this fancy stuff.
Riku's actually been surprisingly good. Like it's a good lock enabler.
Which one? Are you talking about the
new 2-drop one?
It's not necessarily like I
refuse to accept this.
And it has been fine.
What does it do?
But it just kind of like
it does what Iris does, but worse.
It's a card that's randomly fine, even though it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you get what I mean?
It's purely a lock enabler, but Ice Wind literally is just to enable lock because it's all just
to enable lock. You're playing 1 Riku. You have that much space in Ice Wind deck.
I mean,
God no. I'm saying it's better than Battle Eye. I'm not saying it's good.
I can see one reason why it's good.
Why?
Because it's the brother
Brother
that's
target.
it's a brother
Yeah.
target that lets you search a card
Does it-
that can be discarded for ice or wind, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's
That's
mostly what I'm seeing.
I mean, it lines up there. It makes lock cheaper. It does all sorts. Like it does all sorts. And
I know,
does
but
none of
surely
it
there's
good,
better
but
things
it
you can
does-
do than
Oh,
play
there's
a
got to
Riku
be.
to
There
enable your
has to
luck.
be. But it kind of just does
Do you
everything kind of.
do you play like a dodge combo just to up the number? I'm just wondering, is that a thing? Can you go Kadaj, Yazoo or something and unlock?
Yeah, it's
Just to
probably good.
confirm the chain. I don't know.
Sounds
No,
interesting.
just because I haven't really tried the Ice Wind.
I was playing Ice. I was playing the only Ice Winds I've
Whenever I
had
think,
playing
I'm
been
just thinking,
running
man,
Battle
Riku can't be that good.
It's not that good, but I've seen it's better than Battle Line. I've been testing 3 Battle Line 3 lock just to test them out.
No. I don't think Barrel Line Lock belong in the same deck. They just
No,
counteract
no.
each other.
Barrelize. A Barrelite would be really nice if you could play it with the Una. But there's no real nice way to splash ice into wind water, or water into wind ice, or wind into ice water. There's just not anything clean there at all.
Well, you can be a brave man and run forward Wind Una in your Ice Wind deck.
Or Light Una.
I've seen Light Una.
Yeah, Light Una's probably better because it sticks to the board more. It's a light card, which is hard. You don't want to draw. You don't want to draw it ever. But
that was the deck where I was like, all right, well, that was the deck where they played 3-cost Pain Forward. You know, the one that searches a Una or a Riku
Oh my
in your
god.
deck,
Okay.
and pulled out a Riku. I was like, all right then.
yeah. It's fairly alright. You get to run Mystic Knight in that list. You get to run our boy or Ghetto or anyone, but we get to run Mystic Knight.
See, when you put it like that, Riku's still better.
No, Mystic Knight's better. I refuse.
Oh, because Mystic Knight's 1 mana 6k.
It's
But 2-drop Glassy.
so you cost an ice summon.
Yeah, but but Mystic Knight's searchable on
Yeah, I
EX. Searchable by Sid Hayes. It's better.
I mean,
Let it go.
This is
Let it
Riku
go.
is searchable off EX.
Listen,
This is-
Sure, Unix
that card died along with Riku.
no.
It did.
This is like
I wanted it to come back, but it did.
it's Jenny. You can search from Sildra.
Stop trying to get me into this argument. I'm not.
I'm dragging you
You
into
can't
this.
search it. You can't search it with Sildra.
It's a category 5. Yeah.
Oh, guess what? You can play 3 of them in a turn and deal 9k barrel life. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's actually okay.
In.
But Riku's still better there.
That's my combo, boys. I'm doing it. Let's
yeah, but
build
can you
it.
play 3 Rikus under the board? Nah.
Exactly. Yeah, but
We
but
found
I
it.
can't 4-drop EX Realm, choose Mystic Knight, so it's not worth it.
Well, I mean, I can't cast my 4-drop Zillira for 1 if I have 3 Mystic Knights, because they stack.
Yep, they stack, so I can cast my 1-drop Glasley Bolas.
So it's like casting normal Zalera, but on crack.
Yep. It's like 1-drop Carbuncle. Carbuncle's decent.
I've still not seen that card played in a way that seems.
I've been beat up
1-drop.
by it.
Oh, you're talking about that new one?
Yeah. No, I'm
Mateus
talking about my
wanna be-
slippers.
It's actually okay if you've got an aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like those Turbo Ice kind of builds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's really
Actually
good.
really good in that. Because
it
you know,
just frees
your
your
opponent,
backups.
if your opponent goes the backup route, the Carbuncle kind of ruins that.
Mhm.
And if they go forwards, obviously you do the Mateus thing. So it's quite versatile.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
it's only good if you could keep that hand below 2. Otherwise, it's awful.
Yeah.
Oh man, playing it for none of the above. Playing it for one of the above just sounds terrible.
Yeah. It's really bad.
I'm not really looked into building that, to be honest. Maybe I should. It sounds quite
I
interesting.
mean, I built a Turbo Ice in Opus 11. It was quite good. So I thought I'd just make the same deck, but put 3
Yeah.
Carbuncle in just to test it.
Well, you get to put- you get
It's
to
been
put
okay,
Emperor
but
over.
Mateus is still better.
You get to put like Emperor in as well, right? Because you can just play like 3 of that one and 2 of like the 3-drop eyes.
Yeah, it depends on the route you want to take, right? Because when I say turbo ice, I'm saying, you know, like you want to be discarding that stuff.
Yeah.
You need a lot of. There's a lot. There's not actually. You'll be surprised how little room there is in that deck
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
running Emperors. Unless you
Yeah,
want to just give up on the backups.
I mean, you're wanting to play backups. Oh man.
What Renoa do you run in that list? Do you run the Opus 2 one at all? Like, maybe you used to do that in like Turbo Ice.
Opus 2. No, I'm running the one that works a score, the one that dials or freezes a forward.
Yeah.
Oh, that one! Oh
Yeah.
man, those are cards.
No, because
What game is
you have to run the Laguna score combo. You discard that
Yeah.
hand,
You have to run that.
right?
Yeah, that's
So
like-
because you have to run that, it's just insane. Like you go Renoa, Laguna score. It's insane.
Because then, like, they lose the hand and they lose the board
Mhm.
for a turn.
And then you got the really nice Kadaj support last set as well for that deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kadash support's really good in that deck.
Mhm.
Oh man, that Renoa, I forgot that was a thing.
I was
Why
surprised
should-
how well I did with that deck. I was playing as Fire Ice, and I was like, there's no point being Fire Ice. But I won like 5 in a row against
Oh, wow.
like a proper competent player, and I was like, wow, I'm outpacing the Fire Ice player in aggression.
Everyone's gonna maybe we can do a deck building for that. Comment below if you're interested in that, and we can maybe try and get it without the audio corrupting this time.
It's probably not as good in Opus 12 because Rampier's doing Rampier things.
But like we'll pretend in a world where Rampire isn't like absurd. Because that's what you have to do if you want to build fun decks.
Right.
You can't like go into
Is
it
that
planning
the
on beating
ideal one?
Rampire.
Is that the only way to play Neo Extra?
Pretend Rampire isn't a thing.
I mean, just throw a 3 into some random turbo ice list, and sometimes you just go, you know what, right? I'm just gonna discard 3 cards and play this instead.
I've always said the card's only good turn 1.
Yeah.
So maybe.
I've played against my pal from the YYT who did exactly that, and he says, I'm feeling like a boring game, so I'm going to play Neo X Turbo Ice. And he lost quite hard because he played at turn 3, not turn 1.
No, that's a huge mistake.
That's... No, my thought is right. You discard a bunch of cards from the hand, and then when they try and stabilize, you're just like, alright, I'm just going to slam this now. So then you keep discarding cards from the hand. And then they're like trying to keep up in hand and on board, and they're losing cards from both consistently. I don't know if that's any good as a concept, but I don't know. It seems to work out.
It probably would have been amazing a couple sets ago, but top deck game is so good, just on even like 2 or 3 backups now. Because your opponent's discarding cards in that, so they're going to yeet down 4 backups. They'll go down to 3 from the Neo X Death, but then they top deck something broken next turn, and they're like, oh well, that's fine. Cards are just so broken
interesting.
now.
Turbo Ice with Neo X Death. You
Oh,
have no
no.
consistent way to get it to your hand.
Well,
That's the problem.
it was Ice Earth he was running, so he was running Gabra.
Oh, then that's fine. Then
Yeah. But Turbo Ice Neo X, that's probably worth looking into.
Cloud's
just as, like,
so
a top
good
deck.
because Cloud searches your DGS engine and your Kadaj engine and breaks forwards for cheap.
Yeah, no, it's
You
gotta
know,
be right.
Cloud's just perfect.
I just typed in Light Cloud because that's what I always call it, Cloud, yeah. Light Cloud's really good.
Mess around with DGS and stuff and that.
Oops.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was running DGS because I wanted to abuse that Kronos, the one that discards for nothing. Yeah. Like, I've had some crazy turns where I just go DGS, Kronos, Kazusa, right? They just, do you know how much you develop and they discard you? It's so broken.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I think we've just about hit the hour. So, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We've had a lot of fun just chatting shit about cards that we like and don't like. And then it
Something like that next year as always.
Yep. So, join us next time if you'd like to listen to us chat more. We're not too sure what the topics will be, but, we'll get to that. And we're probably going to be doing some actual deck building stuff, but, we'll see if the files corrupt this time.
Probably.
It's Scuffed, that's their whole, stick, isn't it?
It's fine, we'll upload
We'll
it
just
to
post it anyway, yeah.
If Michael gets beaten up really badly, the files all mysteriously corrupt.
I think that's his plan the whole time.
Yeah. Tush has literally won one
too
game
ashamed.
against me out of the last
He's
10
too
we've
ashamed to
played,
admit
so you know.
beat him up.
Yeah, Tush,
I can't lose.
I refuse to lose. Only the videos of me beating up Tush.
How dare you delete the evidence of my Borgen deck destroying you?
So, what y'all and the rest of the community aren't aware is that Michael behind the scenes is just a little bit of a diva. So
I thought we were bullying Jenny today.
No, thank
I
you.
mean, you're too easy of a target, man.
Oh man, it's come too big a target. Is that what you're saying? You call me big?
You know what? I'm just gonna let you sort this out yourself, because that sounds like the beginning of an identity crisis.
Listen. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Join us next time. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'm gonna kick the rest of these guys off and get some actual good hosts on. I think for the next video that don't abuse me. Fucking hate you all. Bye, guys.